And we're underway.
Nice neck breaker.
Nailed it. You gotta believe this one's over. Oh, the old European uppercut. This phenom, The Undertaker, was invincible for 21 WrestleManias, 21 victories. It's a streak that will never be duplicated by any WWE superstar ever again. For over 2 decades, The Undertaker was perfect in sports entertainment's grandest stage. DDT! Ooh! Nailed it. Leaving himself open here.
Now, guys, I can't think of a worse place for him to be right now.
Reflecting on The Undertaker's streak, even though the dead man's WrestleMania record has a couple blemishes on it now, any match against The Undertaker on the grandest stage holds a significant place on the show.
Undertaker's turned any match against him into the marquee match of WrestleMania. He's the spectacle within the pinnacle of this business. No superstar has ever been as synonymous with WrestleMania as The Undertaker.
Superplex!
Man, vicious knees.
Snake eyes!
Got their opponent up.
Snake eyes! Big backdrop. Undertaker starting to look human here. You have to wonder if he could recover from this, guys.
If he doesn't find a way to mount a sustained offense soon, you can bet this Hell in a Cell match will be over. And you can put a check in the loss column for him.
Yeah, he's clearly not on the...
Kane with a vice-like grip on his opponent's skull.
Nice.
Shut it down.
Well, let's not forget these competitors aren't the only ones in there. It could be just as dangerous for the official as well. This could be it.
I agree with Michael's point on the dangers of this move. Wow, we might just be witnessing the end of The Undertaker.
Oh, nasty impact.
Gentlemen, I think we can all agree that we've seen some pretty special moments over the years. But for me, few were more special than getting the opportunity to call the first ever women's Hell in a Cell match back in October of 2016.
Recalling that first ever women's Hell in a Cell match, I gotta say, the ovation Sasha Banks received that night was among the loudest I've ever heard, but I didn't remember you actually calling the match.
Yeah, that's what happens when you compete in your hometown, Cole, but ovations can only get you so far. And in the end, it was Charlotte walking away with the win, not Sasha.
Nice neck breaker. inverted backbreaker. Ow!
Slam down hard.
Whoa, the Undertaker dodged that one. Set it up.
Ah, what a neck breaker.
He's a spinning ball of energy.
This might be it.
Oh, my.
Slam!
Of course, guys, we all remember when the Hell in a Cell debuted in 1997, how harrowing the structure looked. But it's worth noting that the cell has become even more ruinous in recent years.
You know, Corey's point about the cell evolving in recent years is absolutely right. In fact, Byron, the structure is now well over 5 tons.
And I believe that's more than twice as heavy as the original cell, Michael. And believe it or not, it's increased in height by nearly 5 feet.
Of course, guys, we all remember the 1998 battle between Mankind and Undertaker. And all these years later, fans still refer to it as one of the greatest Hell in a Cell matches of all time.
Kane with the excellent move to get out.
And look, it hung up on the second rope.
Oh, look at this. Get in there, Ref.
As Michael was saying, I will never forget the Mankind-Undertaker match. Just the sight of Mankind flying through the air is something that will be ingrained in my memory forever.
Yeah, and while Mankind's the story of that match, I think a lot of people forget it was actually Undertaker who walked out of that match victorious.
When the bell tolls and the flames of hell burn, that means the man known as the Lord of Darkness, the Dead Man, and the Phenom is on his way. The mighty Undertaker is the greatest force in this industry and the collector of souls.
If you're just tuning in, this is Hell in a Cell. You never know when evil will appear, Byron. We witnessed that when Undertaker emerged from the darkness for the 900th episode of SmackDown Live. It was here the Dead Man proclaimed he was back to taking souls and digging holes.
The Undertaker is the Reaper. This giant possesses powers that extend far beyond our mortal world, and if forced to, he will unleash those powers to bring your soul with him to the dark side. Welcome to Death Valley.
Real quick, let's remind everybody that there are no rules inside a Hell in a Cell, meaning the referee's sole job in this match is to call for the bell following a 3 count or submission.
The tension, the drama, this is electric. Just as important as Byron's point about there being no rules inside the cell, the same holds true for outside the structure. As we've seen many times in the past, superstars don't always stay within the cell.
No, they don't, Cole. In fact, a lot of times you'll see them competing on top of the cell of all places. Guys, I don't think you can have a conversation about great Hell in a Cell moments without bringing up the name Shane McMahon. He really has become synonymous with cell insanity.
It's hard not to recognize what Shane McMahon has done when it comes to Hell in a Cell. As Corey was saying, but at what point is enough enough?
Come on, Michael, there's no such thing as enough when it comes to Shane McMahon. Even you know that. He's making a statement here with this attack.
Legendary. Kane with a vice-like grip on his opponent's skull.
This one's over, guys.
If it doesn't end the match this time, it might be time for a new finisher.
You know, no matter how many times I
Chokeslam straight to hell.
Here it comes. Looking for
Chokeslam straight to hell.
And he breaks the cover.
I'm just as shocked as everyone else, Cole.
Hard to dispute Byron's point about what these superstars put themselves through in an environment like this. For whatever reason, when the Hell in a Cell structure is in place, superstars willingly push the back. Kane going for an early pin.
setting it up.
That's gonna leave a mark. Keep in mind, this superstar's competing hurt tonight. Or so we're told. I'm not so sure I believe it. Big backdrop. Uh-oh.
Watch out.
Tossed into the turnbuckle.
Impact.
Guys, we all know the storied history of Hell in a Cell, but we'd be remiss if we didn't at least mention that the first time anybody laid eyes on this demonic structure was back in October 1997 at the Bad Blood pay-per-view.
Undertaker dodged that one.
Reflecting again on the first time we saw the Hell in a Cell structure, I don't think anybody at the time could have envisioned the truly merciless moments this structure would provide over the years.
And amazingly, Michael, those moments somehow become more and more barbaric with each passing match.
Big punch finds its mark. He's a spinning ball of energy.
Oh, Kane's got the claw! Kane's got the claw!
Kane with a vice-like grip on his opponent's skull.
Wow, we might just be witnessing the end of The Undertaker.
He's fighting back here.
I expected nothing less, Cole.
The Undertaker has been a boxing and mixed martial arts enthusiast for decades. You can see the influence those disciplines have had on the Phenom in the way he pummels his opponents when he's competing in a WWE ring. It's difficult to choose which is more lethal, the dead man's strikes or his submission moves.
Boom, what a kick. He's stalking his opponent from the top turnbuckle. The Phenom has been seen in the crowd in many high-profile championship matches in boxing and mixed martial arts. It was in the early 2000s when Undertaker began to incorporate elements of the sweet science in the octagon into his offensive arsenal.
Yeah, as if The Undertaker wasn't intimidating enough. You know someone has a passion for fighting styles when they go from watching it on television and going to events to actually training in the...
Here it comes, legendary.
Beautiful technique. That might have done it, Cole.
That might be the end of Kane tonight.
Both these superstars appear to be operating on fumes here, guys.
At some point, the referee may want to think about stopping this one before somebody gets seriously injured.
And he fights his way free.
He's got to be working on instinct right now, Cole.
There he goes, crashing to the floor.
The battle wounds are visible on these superstars right now as this Hell in a Cell match somehow continues.
Kane being tested here.
I wouldn't be surprised if he just passes out right here.
Clothesline!
Oh, that'll leave a mark.
When this guy's on, look out.
Folks, The Undertaker being controlled now.
To the arm, terrible.
No breathing room for Kane.
Watch out here. Boom, what impact.
Wow, Kane is being controlled.
The strikes Kane has taken are starting to take a toll on the monster.
Oh man, Kane is really feeling the pressure.
This could be huge. Kane wants to put this away. He releases it.
And you can debate whether or not that would have been the end. Interesting decision there.
Kane is in trouble.
Chokeslam straight to hell.
He's got him covered. 1, 2, 3.
The cover, and this one's history. What a win.